My first crush on an Irish girl, I was 10 years old, and her name was Elaine. Little redhead girl, well, she looked like you, but if you were 10, which you're clearly not. Not that you look old, but I'll just stop now. Okay, wait, because I had a point, no, I swear I did. Well, I think I did, which is all my life, or since I was 10, I've had a yen for an Irish lass. Because God knows why, like the ancient curse of the sheiks and queens. Do I talk too much? Which is not to say that I'd want Elaine, who turned out to be, when I last checked in, a Republican and a parapsychologist. My first crush on an Irish girl, I was 10 years old, and her name was Elaine. Little redhead girl, well, she looked like you, but if you were 10, which you're clearly not. Not that you look old, but I'll just stop now. Okay, wait, because I had a point, no, I swear I did. Well, I think I did, which is all my life, or since I was 10, I've had a yen for an Irish lass. Because God knows why, like the ancient curse of the sheiks and queens. Do I talk too much? Which is not to say that I'd want Elaine, who turned out to be, when I last checked in, a Republican and a parapsychologist.
Hi, this is Susanna Boling from T2C Online, and today we're at 54 Below with the wonderful composer Jason Robert Brown. What you played today, it sounds like a cut song from the last 5 years.
Yeah, I Could Be in Love with Someone Like You was originally written for the last 5 years, and when we changed the show, we took it out. But I love the song so much, and it's so me anyway that I figured I could just keep doing it in my shows, and so I put it on the album. Yeah, it speaks very much to who I was when I was that age, especially. There was a Loudon Wainwright song called "Nice Jewish Girls" that he wrote in the late '60s or something like that. So I always thought of that as my riposte to Loudon Wainwright and what it looks like from the other side. When I write a song, I'm imagining both what the character is saying and what the person to whom that character is speaking is doing in reaction. And I think those reactions are really as much part of the song as the words and the music are themselves. I think that there is an unseen and unspoken collaborator in all of these pieces that I write, and that collaborator usually gets to be the audience. I think my stuff is just personal. It's very much me, and I think anyone who knows me knows that I'm both sort of boringly earnest and very glib, and I can be very sarcastic and very funny, but also very loyal and very emotional. I contain multitudes, I think is the saying, and I try and make music that reflects that, because that's what I understand. I have lots of wonderful inspirations, Paul Simon and Joni Mitchell and Stephen Sondheim and Leonard Bernstein and Gershwin, and I mean these people who sort of have inspired me with their stuff, and then I'll get inspiration just from something I hear on the radio or on a bus that passes me, or anything can happen like that. But music is delightfully ineffable. It's not a describable thing. I think if it was, it would sound it. You'd hear the calculation behind it. You'd hear the technique, and it's hard for me to give up control to the extent where I can say to you that music just happens, but I think my best music just happens.
Can you tell us a little bit about your new show, Honeymoon in Vegas?
Well, Honeymoon in Vegas is a wonderful comedy. I really wanted to write a real Broadway musical comedy, because that's the stuff that's when I wanted to write for Broadway, I wanted to write that. And so it's based on the movie that Andy Bergman wrote and directed, and Andy actually wrote the book for the show as well, and it stars Tony Danza. And we're aiming for production hopefully sometime in 2013. So you probably know as much as I do about when that will be, but it's a wonderful show. I've been working on it for a while, so it's ready to come out in the world.
You talked about a new album, but do you have other pieces coming out?
The Bridges of Madison County I've been working on with Marcia Norman, and that is also scheduled to start performances sometime next year, so I'm thrilled about that. We'll be doing a bunch of those songs, as well as the Honeymoon in Vegas songs here this week at 54 Below. There is an album I'm working on, which one day I'll finish. And I'm also working on Prince of Broadway, which is the review that sort of celebrates the work of Harold Prince, who of course gave me my start in the business, and so I'm always indebted to him for that. I'm very privileged to be part of that show as well, which is supposed to start next fall.